of Senior Cambridge in the year 1972. I would also take the privilege to call upon stage our alumni, Mrs. Shashikala Madam, who was also from the first batch of Senior Cambridge in the year 1972. I would like to call upon stage our illustrious alumnus, Sir Arun Marwa from 1975 batch, who has excelled and acquired positions of eminence in every field. Lastly, I would now call upon stage late Sri Banmali Babu's eldest daughter-in-law, Madam Sanjukta Babu, to be felicitated. I would like to call upon stage Sir Vivek Mishra and Madam Agmani Gupta to be felicitated by our Sister Anjana. I would kindly request Madam Agmani, teacher, to come up to the stage.
I have a special message for all of us present here. I would like to felicitate Vivek sir. Service to education is the greatest gift one can be proud of on the eve of Diamond Jubilee celebration. I feel privileged to felicitate Sir Vivek Mishra, our senior teacher, who was sincere and duty-bound in his entire career, shaping the destiny of many students and has nurtured multitudes of students. Sir, it is my pleasant privilege and honor to honor you on this occasion. I would also feel privileged and honored to felicitate Madam Mrs. Agmani Gupta, who served this institution as a pearl and now still continuing his mission of teaching the young students.
I would now request Sister Anjana to release the magazine.
On the eve of Diamond Jubilee celebration, our school has published the school souvenir Skilora 2022-23 with a theme of 60 years of academic excellence. The magazine canopies the creative splendors and cognitive output of our students. I hereby release the souvenir Skilora, the talent acquisition platform.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I would now invite our chief guest of the evening, Shri Deepak Kumar, Inspector General of Police, Northern Range, Sambalpur, to speak a few words to us.
Respected ACS sir, respected principal, other distinguished guests of the evening, dear parents and students. It's a privilege to be here this evening at a place from where our future leaders, administrators, doctors, engineers, privilege from a place, at a place from where our future leaders, doctors, engineers, our statesmen, they will come from. So it's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be among so many educators, who have distinguished themselves in their field, who have started from the scratch the institutions and who have brought the institution till this level. Seeing the kids in the evening, such a wonderful performance, such a magnificent performance, it made me travel down the memory lane when I was also a student in my school. Like we say, not every student possesses every skill. So I was extremely poor in these functions and dances and other things, but was good in outdoor sports. So I was always given work by my teachers outside this arena of stage. Sometimes being a logistic man, sometimes being like our NCC boys standing there sometimes. Once it was decided in the school that everybody has to participate in something or the other. So I was made to do few things, and in the end the teacher said that you actually cannot do anything, you sit in Kavali and just clap. So that was one instance where I participated. Another dilemma of the today's evening is that the teachers, the parents and students have actually come to see their wards performing skits or dances or any cultural event, and they don't want to listen to me much. And thank you for the St. Joseph School that all light is focused on me so that I cannot see anybody. And everybody can see me, so I cannot read anybody's expression. But still, I have penned my few thoughts for today's evening, which I will say. The brilliant faces which I have witnessed today on the stage and otherwise in the school, which must be there, they will grow up as definitely the citizens of our beloved nation tomorrow. They will grow to achieve great name, success and fame, but I also wish them to be good human beings and make the world a better place to live in. Among all the so big names in education field and educators, I will not touch much on the educational process. But for me, learning is not only academic, but it is social and emotional also. In the education system, as a young parent also, and as an administrator also, I have understood, like everybody knows, that there are many stakeholders in the system, of which parents, teachers, students, schools are very significant. For the emotional part of the child, which is very important and very dear to me, even if it takes time, I would like to read a few lines from a poem written by Khalil Gibran. I'll just request that if anybody wants to read it later, please Google it and read it. It's a very emotional poem. I'll read it for you. Your children are not your children. They are sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. So, my point is that all of us, including teachers who are also parents, have to understand the emotional needs of a child with an objective to give a stable emotional stability or a high EQ. Why EQ is important for child? For it is better health, less stress, better peer relationship, better behavior, positive attitude, self-acceptance, self-confidence, good communication skills, and ability to make decisions. And how? How do you give that? In my opinion, which I have penned few points, we have to accept our child unconditionally as what he is. Be affectionate, should talk to our child often. Talk less sometimes, but listen more to the child. Creating a peaceful environment at home, safe environment, keeping promises, encouraging sharing of emotions, which is very important. Allowing child to experience all emotions, teaching a child to make choices, recognizing children's effort, recognizing his weakness, his strength, providing discipline, teaching independence, be an example, encouraging independent problem solving, teaching gratitude, teaching saying sorry, thank you, you are welcome. Second thing, as a new parent, from the side of my job, where I see most of the negative sides of negative shade of a human beings or society, all of us should strive for supervision of digital exposure and consumption, digital consumption of a child. So it's all in a mix. If you don't talk to the child, if you don't listen to the child, then where he will clear his doubts, to what he is exposed, to his peer, whose knowledge is the same, at the same level as the child level. For the children, I'll just say to please maintain your spirit of inquiry, to maintain curiosity for things. In the present world, it is more important because all of us, including children, are being exposed to lots and lots of information, which we say information overload, to differentiate between right and wrong. Until and unless one is knowledgeable, one is curious, one has the spirit of inquiry, and it is encouraged by teachers and parents, he will not be able to differentiate between right and wrong in the future. To believe in yourself, the student should believe in themselves. Not everybody stands at the same set of skills. One should learn to manage themselves. Students must also learn and must be also taught some very innocuous things which shatters the confidence of other students, which might come in the definition of bullying. To the teachers, I would convey that you are best suited to assess children, all the children. Other than the ominous need to remain unbiased, non-judgmental, psychological signs of being concerned, apprehensive child, a struggling child, you are the first one who reads these signs. Many of the children, including us, when we were small, we hesitate to share things with the parents. If we will not encourage children, then again, it's the same thing. They will share the things with the peer group at the same knowledge level. All students, as I said, are not in the same set of skills or ability. We have to assist the child to perform the optimum of his ability. To the school, I wish to say that the responsibility of the school is also great in the sense a child spends 6 to 7 hours of his daily life, a substantial part of his life in the school. Other than emphasis on all-round development, school has to educate, assess, and pay attention and teach them informally about all the ills which in past was not considered affecting child, but in the present it affects the psyche of a child. It can be in the form of bullying, as simple as sort of body shaming. Due to this digital revolution, you have to educate the child for cyber stalking, cyber bullying, which affects the psyche of a child tremendously and will affect his emotional quotient. The innovation in teaching with practical appreciation, group learning, sharing, social skills. I would only say that the impact of school and teachers is more on child than parents sometimes. Because I have also experienced, my children sometimes will tell me that our teacher has said this, so this is right. What you are saying is wrong. So that is okay, but that shows how much belief a child has on the institution of school and parents. In the end, I'll only say that let all the stakeholders come together and with the same objective, all of us have the same objective, let us come together with the objective of making our future leaders, making our future people who will run this country good, able citizens of India. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words, which were emotional and motivating. Your praises and your travel down the memory lane. You called our kids such good words and asked us to make this world a better place to live in. Thank you, sir, for the most beautiful poem of Khalil Gibran, the need to understand our kids' emotional needs and the need to grow beautifully in mind and spirit and to believe in themselves in this cybertone world. Thank you, sir.
Love is the most powerful force in the world. It is the most powerful because it alone can conquer that final and most impregnable stronghold, which is the human heart. It is true love that can overcome anything in its path. On that beautiful note, let us now move on to the next presentation by our tiny tots who would like to take you to the magical and enchanting world of Sleeping Beauty.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How do you do? We are your storytellers, and today we are going to tell you the story of Sleeping Beauty.
This story is a classic, which means that it has been told over and over in many countries and in many languages. Like many stories, this one begins with the words, "Once upon a time, there was a small and a quiet kingdom called Farof Land. King Stephen was the ruler of Farof Land, and he and his wife, Queen Alana the Elegant, ruled very wisely indeed."
The kingdom was a peaceful and prosperous land. However, the king and queen had been without children for a long time.
And one day, their wish was granted. And one day, the princess was born. They called her Aurora. They named her after the dawn, for she filled their lives with sunshine. And our story begins on that most joyful day.
What a beautiful morning. The sun shines so brightly. My people are all so happy. Ah, my beautiful princess. Is there anyone more beautiful than my princess?
We are blessed. Our prayers are heard. How beautiful our princess is, my lovely daughter.
Today is the party celebrating the birth of the princess. Everyone are invited to our celebration.
To the beautiful princess, from us fairies, we present here a gift. From me, a beauty matching a brilliant rainbow. Tiny princess, from me, a singing voice as good as any bird. And from me,
My, what a party we have today! But it seems I didn't receive the invitation.
who would invite a wicked witch like you?
A wicked witch? I